Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Antonio Bonilla.
So imagine, if you will, a beautiful, pristine, high-rise New York City apartment overlooking Ground Zero, post 9/11. And me, fully clothed except for shoes, because I lost them the night before in my drunken, druggy, fun time. And everything's quiet, and I'm slumbering peacefully. And when I open my eyes, the apartment is full of people. My buddy Josh, whose couch I'm crashing on, is running around. And the first thing I see is this mountain of a man standing near the bed with this tiny little spider monkey of a woman crawling all over him, just like crawling up and down his back. And I'm like, who's that girl? So I just get right up, crack a beer, smoke a blunt, and party's on. And around like noon, everybody starts to go home. Josh kind of passes out where I was previously slumbering, and it's me and Rose, this woman. And we have a little bit of a conversation. She's been up for about 18 hours. You know how. And we kind of hit it off, and we decide to go into Josh's roommate's bedroom and make incredibly sweet love to each other. It was just really spontaneous and amazing. And I remember right after I climax, she takes the condom off and asks me, do you really think I'm beautiful? And I'm like, of course. Look at you. You're amazing. You're beautiful. Yeah. She's like, oh. Now fuck me on every surface in this bedroom. And I was like, okay. Even the shower? Okay. So that's how I met Rose. Then a couple weeks go by, and we're seeing each other constantly, and it's like fucking sex boot camp. Like, I'm 22 years old. I don't really know that much. I haven't had that many girlfriends, and she's teaching me all these things, like, how fast can you come? How slow can you come? How long can you last? How many orgasms have you had in a day? Let's try, And it's fucking amazing. And there's a couple awkward moments where I met a couple of her friends, and she's like, "This is Antonio," and they're like, "Oh, new guy, huh?" And I was trying not to question things. I was just like, "This is magical. I'm just gonna ride this wave and just see how it goes." So I was like, "Okay, I'm the new guy, whatever." And then one night, Rose invites me out to a bar, and with her is her friend, this beautiful Irish woman with a brogue who's some really fancy photo editor. And we have a couple drinks, and there's mutual attraction going around, and Rose and her friends say, "We want to take you home with us tonight." And I'm like, yes, oh my God, yes. So I'm really excited, but I've been like, exercising, working out. I have all these new sex moves. And I go over to this apartment, and it's in this part of like almost Midtown where there's this little alcove between these two buildings where you have to walk through this little tunnel that's got like white bricks going over with like black paint around the borders. And you walk through this little tunnel to this little garden. And in the garden is like 3 apartment doors, and it's like this little hidden gem in the middle of the city. It's like paradise. And I go inside, and inside is like a giant, hulking, beautiful black man, like holding a beer, like, "Hey, here you go." And I'm like, "Who's that?" And Rose is like, "Oh, that's okay. That's just her boyfriend." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I guess this is happening. So Rose, sensing my slight discomfort at this, immediately pulls me into their bedroom and says, "Fuck me right now." So, of course, 45 minutes later, we come out of the bedroom to find this couple doing exactly what we were just doing in a different position on the couch. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm at a sex party. This is amazing." So me and Rose go shower, and we come out, and then, her friend comes up to me, and she's like, "Let me check that out." And she's talking about me. And so she pulls my towel off, and she's like, "All right, come with me." And she pulls me into the bedroom, And Rose is out in the other room with her boyfriend, and we proceed to make awesome, crazy love to each other in that room for about 45 minutes. I'm estimating. And it's fucking amazing. And while we're in there, you know, it's kind of intense. I don't know this woman at all. She's like the first stranger that I've really ever like had sex with right after meeting her. At the time. And I hear some talking going on outside. It's some kind of argument, like there's loud no's being thrown around. I'm like, or whatever. It'll be all right. I gotta finish here. So I go out, and me and this woman come out, and Rose and this man are having a discussion. Rose is kind of checking her email or something, totally naked. He's totally naked. We're all totally naked. And Rose looks at me, and you know, she's like, you know, are you ready? And at that moment, there was like a little weird tension between Rose and this guy, and him and his girlfriend go into the room for a little while, and Rose starts telling me that she really likes me, and she wants me to trust her, and I'm like, okay, I really like you too. What are you talking about? She's like, I want to tie you up, and I'm like, big, giant, hulking man whose girlfriend I just fucked in there, and you want to tie me up? Fuck yeah. Yes. So she grabs a towel that I was previously wrapping my naked body and bites it and rips it into shreds. Ties my, fucking hell. Ties my hands behind my back, ties my belt actually around my throat and holds onto it like a leash, and ties another strap around my cock like a cock ring, and just kind of leaves me there for a second. And I'm sitting there like fully erect, totally aware, kind of choking a little bit, and she starts spider monkeying all over me, and it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. And the bedroom door cracks open. Somebody pokes their head out. I'm not really paying attention. And she's like, let's go. And I'm like, okay. She unties my arms and my throat and my cock and takes me into this room where this woman is on her hands and knees in the middle of the bed giving her boyfriend a blowjob. And she says, get behind her. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And okay. Rose then proceeds to tie this woman to the bed, ankles and wrists, orders me to start fucking her from behind, which I gladly do, while she's going down on her boyfriend. And this is all like the very first time I've ever experienced anything like this, and it's so fucking amazing. I'm like hearing the fucking Rocky theme in my head, you know. So I'm like a badass, super fucking rock star porn god, and for the first time anyway. And yeah, it's you know, 6 hours later. There's a video camera going on in there somewhere. You know, it's like, you know, it started at maybe like 10 p.m. the night before. It's like 3 p.m. the next day, and our, you know, drunken, drug-induced, sexy party is coming to an end. I'm putting my clothes on, and I'm like, ugh, I gotta get going, you know? And Rose is like, hold up a second, I want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. So we walk out of the apartment, go into the little alleyway. It's nice and shady. It's a really hot day in New York. And we sit down on this little bench, and she looks over at me. She's like, I really like you. I'm like, oh, dude, I really like you too. That was really fun. You know, we should do this again. And she's like, yeah. And then she looks at me. She's like, I got to tell you something, though. I'm like, what? And she says, I was paid by this couple to orchestrate this entire event. Yeah. So I'm immediately, you know, oh. And I start thinking about it and looking back, like, okay, that first time we had sex, like, was she just trying to see if I was a nice guy, asking me if I thought she was beautiful, and then, like, giving me a sexual interview all throughout the room, and then testing my skills and building me up to this one event? Like, obviously now, it's all fucking obvious now. And I remember feeling so angry. But now, like, looking back again, I learned so much in that one night with these people that I'll never see again. I'm attracted to men. I like being tied up. I like being dominated. I like being dominant. I love performing for people. And I just can't help thinking to myself, like, what a gift. And if I could find Rose, if she's in Portland, I would just say thank you.